Hey guys, and welcome to another video in the Liquiditykeys course. And in today's video, we will be covering cycles and order flow and how the market flowed down. And we knew that it would take this low, which does have liquidity resting beneath it, which is why we are now getting that reaction. Now, are we still looking for buys all the way up? No, we would be looking to come down to this external point of liquidity. However, this is that first target as it mitigated, gave the reaction, and then we formed internal structural points, but never actually formed a new true high. Okay, so this should just be a nice pullback to potentially come above here and then sell. And we'll explain that why again with order flow in the daily cycles. Okay, 90-minute cycle, I apologize. So coming in, we did cover that breaker, the buildup, the inducement. So now coming into this and how Asia session played and everything in today. So we, of course, had the breakdown. Is that a structural break? No, it's not, which is why price comes up, right? That false demitigation comes down. That's not a new false low. So this would be that engineered run. Boom. What is that? That's the inducement. That's the fake buy up because there's no liquidity beneath any of this. They're engineering it. Why? Because no low or anything. So this is that Asia inducement, the buy up. And what does it mitigate? The breaker, because you have the imbalance. The breaker into this range where that last candle before these ranges started. So here you have that breaker. And then again, still coming into that Asia session. All right. Coming out. There was London open right there. Where we pierced back into the breaker and used that because it failed to break this low. So we use that as an internal liquidity. But again, coming in, even though this is Asia session, you can see a whole inducement taps in, boom, boom, boom. The news release, that's at 2 o'clock, an hour before London open. And then it just comes in, mitigates that last order block. Boom. Strong move down, strong imbalance. Now, we don't trade Asia session, so how would we have entered this trade, right? Again, we wait for that next cycle. So right here, boom. And also order flow is bearish. We should be looking for that liquidity run right there. 3 o'clock, London high. Okay, and what time did this pierce? This came in perfect right before New York session, and New York continued. Why? Again, because London set the high. So we have that London high, failure to break, and then we're playing off of the breaker right there, this whole zone. So again, fails to break, inducement up, internal engineered liquidity run, right? That would be liquidity, boom. Mitigation, right? Going with order flow. Fails to do what? Fails to run liquidity and make a new high. So then it comes under, boom. Perfect mitigation. This would have been a very clean entry for us to get into right here. Okay. Next 8 pips top, and then we continue the low. Now, and that's 100 pip take profit. Now, how do we incorporate the cycles? 90-minute cycle, 3 o'clock open, right? So now we'd go to 4:30. 4:30 is now, notice how 4:30, we have that strong move. So they move in those 90-minute cycles. 3 a.m. is that letting open, starts inducing at the 4:30. Now, what happens right here? 6 o'clock open, the next 90-minute cycle, price moves down, strong move. Now, that was 6, so now we need to look for that 7:30. 7:30 was what? Right there, the mitigation. So all the moves happen on that cycle basis of 90 minutes in hand with order flow. Everything that I'm teaching, the inducements building up, right? You don't just, randomly take this sell because you see it, randomly take a buy. You wait for price to tell you exactly what it's doing and forming. Inducements, engineer liquidity, the breaker backing it, bearish order flow, the cycles, the 90-minute timing pieces, because we are working on that algorithm. What happens, again, New York open doesn't do much, but you do have that little zone wipeout right there, continues, boom. Now what happens when you wake up? Liquidity run, they reclaim this block because it's a valid run, come up, boom. You could enter that buy right there during New York session. Now, it should be taken out, but right now, how do we know that's not an inducement? It's reclaimed because you have that valid liquidity run backing it. They come in right here, pierce and unwind. come down, that demitigation. So I do still see sells, but we have to come in above here now because this is now a new point of liquidity. And a lot of people would look at that as a POI to come in here and sell, but no. Now they're just going to build up and induce, come above here, potentially mitigate, and then we could look for continuous sells down because none of this is valid and it's that buildup, right? Now, why? Because of the cycle. What time did this happen? This should be right coming into that 9:30. 9:30, okay, and then 11. 11 is right here, that mitigation. And then right now we're coming into the 12. So everything is playing on a timepiece and going hand in hand with everything. So again, please review this video. The PDF will be a little more detailed. I hope this helps. And we'll see you guys in the next one.